industrial hemp efforts, commercial development, R&D, and all in between. That happens to me every time I'm on stage. Okay, and we're also here of primary importance for Alex Whiteplume, who is the first true American hemp farmer and currently is not able to celebrate like we are because he has a ban on him from the federal government, barring him from processing and or using his hemp that grows feral on his property. So we want that restraining order removed because I am not willing to celebrate hemp unless Alex Whiteplume is part of it as well and can grow his, and we can all work together. Yes. All right, so to get started, we are going to have part 1 today and part 2. Part 2 of the awards start from 3 to 4 tomorrow. Not everybody was able to make it or is here today, so we will be doing part 1 right now and part 2 tomorrow. So thanks everybody for coming. Our first award recipient will be Canna Energy for the Most Successful Hemp Business 2014 Food. And we have food category, you'll see other categories come down the road, but Jason, if you would come on up here.
Food and beverage. Just beverage.
Just to clarify, Canna Energy 2014, the most successful Colorado-based hemp business, food. I mean beverage. Sorry, it's been a long day. And here's some other hemp goodies from our hemp vendors who have been so kind to contribute to the cause today and our award winners. Thank you, Jason, for all your hard work. This is the most hard-working salesman I've ever met in my life.
They can speak in that other mic, too, if they want to.
Okay. Yes, and anyone who would like to speak, he's on his way out, though. Okay, our next very important person I would like to have memory of and part of the history-making of this year is Jim Denny, and he's getting the award for Best Effort. Okay, and Jim is amazing because he had a beautiful hemp plot going, and his homeowners association decided they didn't want the hemp and came up with all sorts of justifications why, so made him remove his crop completely. We support Jim Denny as the Best Effort 2014 because he would have had a great successful crop if it wasn't for his HOA. So great job, Jim, and if you'd like to say something, feel free.
All right, thanks very much. I would like to share this with Eric Hunter. He actually was the president of the Rocky Mountain Hemp Association, and was also my hemp growing partner this year. And just wanted to say thank you to him for actually providing the seed and providing help growing, and also bringing together some of the people at our plot in order to get things going. And just wanted to say that also to thank Veronica for helping me as far as getting started and learning a little bit more about hemp. This is my first season to ever grow hemp, and I already have an award. I don't know what's going on. Thank the Rocky Mountain Hemp Association, Zev Pace, and everybody for covering the story, actually getting it out to everybody, getting hemp out to the world so that everybody could know something about it. And just all the other people that came and bought plants and actually got plants for free towards the end. I just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we will go next with, they're all my favorite people, so it's really hard to go with. I think we will go with the Best Hemp Publisher of the Year 2014, who will also be receiving the Best Author Award of 2014. Him is Doug Fine for Hempbound. So Doug Fine is receiving the award for the Author of the Year 2014, and Chelsea Publishing for the Best Hemp Friendly Publishing Company, and he'll be receiving the awards for both. So thank you, Doug Fine, wherever you're at. You're in our thoughts today. And Doug Fine is amazing because he advocates all over the world for hemp. So we love Doug. And we'll be reading many, many more books in the future from him, published by Chelsea Green, hopefully on hemp paper coming in the near future. So thank you for everything you guys have done for us this year. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to recognize the State Agricultural Department Award. And Brian Allen, wherever you are in the crowd, please come up. Hey, Brian! Okay, so whoever doesn't know Brian Allen, he is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And we love him as a community. He's been super supportive. We actually probably couldn't got through this year as successful as we did if it wasn't for Brian. So Brian is winning the most helpful and reliable state employee award of the year from the hemp community in Colorado. So thank you, Brian, very, very much. And he'll also be accepting the award for Laura Potteroff, who was the original head director of the hemp division with the Department of Ag. She also did an amazing job, although there is a new director now. We still want to give recognition to Laura and Brian because they were the original crew to the beginning of all this and took all our crazy questions and did everything they can to support us. So I'm going to give the mic over to Brian. He may have a few words for us.
So we're not running, Laura and I are not running away from this. We had our other work that we were doing when this came on, and 95% of our work turned out to be industrial hemp. So everything else was suffering big time. But you all made a big difference. Your attitude, your willingness to work with the program, and be pioneers with it. So it's been very enjoyable. You've been great to work with on the phone. Congratulations with everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, one more round of applause to the Department of Ag because they've been great. We love the Department of Ag.
So, good question. Who took our jobs? Or who took over for us? A gentleman named Dwayne Sinning, and it's spelled just like it sounds. He's a big sinner. And Sharon Farr. They're really, really good. They're just as good as we were, probably even better in some cases because they're coming in. Especially Dwayne. He's coming in from the seed industry himself, so he's very knowledgeable. You can either call the numbers that you've got and we'll get you over to them. We'll try to make sure. I know that they sent out emails to introduce themselves and letters to introduce themselves, but if you want to touch base with them, call me and I'll make sure to get you to them and get you good emails and phone numbers.
Thank you, Brian. All right. So we have two labs that also won this year. We had a private testing lab category, and we also had a state registered lab category for testing of hemp. These two labs helped out immensely when it came to hemp testing and multiple tests and giving us really good deals since we were just at the beginning of all this. Sativa Lab is, Paul Lembeck will be winning the award for the best private lab. Paul is gone out of town, but yeah, let's give Paul a round of applause. We love you, Paul, wherever you're at. He was amazing this year. He'll be back to test more. So So our one lab is here, who is a state registered lab, who I have worked with and I trust, and I recommend to everybody who also has given a discount for the hemp farming testing needs that we have. And so RM3 Lab from Boulder, Colorado, and known elsewhere, Ian. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you very much for this award. We've been in business since 2009. We're located just down at 55th and Arapahoe, so anyone who wants to come by and see our shop is more than welcome. We spent a lot of time in the last 4 years working with a lot of the producers of the high CBD strains in order to maximize the CBD content for their patients, and we're looking forward to doing the same with the hemp industry to be able to allow them to produce the best possible products. As you may know, the MED has been giving us a rather difficult time in terms of trying to keep us from working with the hemp industry and only working with the dispensaries and the growers. So we're pushing very hard on that front to make sure that we can continue to give services to the hemp industry, and any chance that you guys get to basically let the MED know how you feel about that, I strongly encourage you, and we may be calling on you in the future with respect to some hearings on that front. So thank you again. We're really looking forward. Not only are we doing a lot of work on the fronts in terms of cannabinoid testing and making sure that you guys come within the regulations. Also, we're also doing genetic analysis to try and identify exactly what the components are that are going to give you the low cannabinoid levels that you need. And then finally, we're also starting to roll out some genetic testing for viruses that at least in the grows, in the interior grows, they're starting to experience problems with mosaic viruses and other issues. And so we're rolling out testing to try and identify that so that you can try and isolate any plants that are giving problems, and also try and prevent problems from coming up. So again, right down to 55th and Arapahoe, we'd love to have any of you stop by at any time. So thank you so much, and have a great day.
The best public state registered lab, Ian, RM3. Only recommend him, and he's the only one who's been giving us discounts, so thank you, Ian, for everything. Appreciate that discount. All right, so we have 3 more awards we will do today, and I'm going to make the third one. Karen Keshner, she is our Hemp Education, Continuing Education 2014 Award winner, Karen Keshner. Karen's been awesome, traveling all around Colorado this year, going to everyone's plots, doing soil testing, keeping everyone updated. She's also a great peacemaker with tons of wisdom. We really respect and love Karen in this industry. Thank you, Karen.
Well, I want to thank everyone that's helped me on this road. I started out in the medical marijuana field after I quit science teaching after 20 years. And I moved from medical marijuana. Jason Laub actually said, hemp is going to be way bigger than medical marijuana ever was. And I thought about that, and I said, he's right. And so I have an educational page on Facebook, Colorado Industrial Hemp Coalition. Stop by our booth down there and get a card if you want. And I'm all about education. It's not about the money to me. It's not for profit. It's just to get the word out. And this year I get to go to the Science Teachers Convention, the State Science Teachers Convention, and I plan to reach a whole lot of teachers there so we can get to the kids as well. Thank you.
All right, 2 of the best for last. So we have Ben Holmes, who will be our next award recipient with Centennial Seeds. He is our Hemp Science Award winner this year. Ben Holmes has done amazing things this year with hemp science and will continue to do amazing things with hemp science. He's our genius guru when it comes to certain things, cannabinoids, seed development, cultivating, cutting edge, also working with the CU Genome Project. We love Ben. He's well respected, and I often come to him for advice as well. So thank you, Ben, for everything that you do for me and for the industry.
Thanks. That's really nice. I'm going to put this on my wall. I want to say thank you to Veronica for doing this. This is there's a few hundred of us here, and one person made this happen, and I realized she had help, but she directed that from the center, from her own heart, her own passion. And this is probably going to be a huge thing next year. So remember that you were here the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so in closing today, our grand award winner for the 2014 Colorado Industrial Hemp Awards Festival on day one, part one of our awards, will be Ryan Laughlin for Most Acres Planted and Harvested 2014. I will let him get to that in 1 second, but I just want to say, Ryan, you're amazing. We all love you. You've done such a good job, and I promise next year it will be in November and not December, so you can have plenty of time to harvest and come here and sell your stuff in the future. So everyone, November next year, but yay to Ryan Laughlin!
Well, I just want to say thanks to Veronica for putting this on, and everybody who's been a big supporter of what I've done for the last couple of years. And you know, it's been a journey for sure. You know, we started out with 60 acres, you know, last year, and went to 6 this year from our seed production from last year. So we, yeah, it's been quite the journey. You know, about a year ago, last year, this time we were harvesting, you know, here for the first time. So that was an exciting time, and we just finished up early this year, and so we're right on into processing right now, into seed processing, and yeah, we're just kind of looking to next year. You know, we're going to try to plant as much, you know, as we can. We're going to save all our seed and just replant every year, and just try to get enough, you know, built up for a seed bank for everybody else to when eventually we can start selling our seeds. So thanks again to everybody, and keep moving on.
Okay, great job, Ryan, and great job to all the hemp farmers who are either here today or at least registered, even if they didn't have seed to plant or had made an effort to try, or whatever the case might have been. We celebrate you today. We celebrate you, Alex Whiteplume, wherever you are. And tomorrow he will be on stage talking about the situation over there and how we need to stand behind that and support it. We'll be doing some more fundraising tomorrow for that, so be sure you bring all your friends back. Jared Poulos will be here at 3 o'clock. There will be other hempcrete demonstrations again, and a plethora of activities tomorrow, as well as lots of good food. So thank you very much, everybody who came out today and supported this effort. So grateful. One love.
Did you really? Yeah.
What are you doing, James?
First one I'm on. You have a big heart?
Oh, yeah. I've been trying to take
I'm the same way.
Oh, did I? Yes. Did it? Yeah, I should have. But, I have to read that.
It's on the